Hello Vinyl community, how you doing? It's Bill with the Vinyl-verse, back with my part 2 of my latest Vinyl Grabs video. Part 1, I showed some jazz, some soul music, and some kind of electronic experimental. This video I'm going to show fusion, krautrock, some new age, and prog rock. Alright, so starting to collect fusion, jazz fusion, rock fusion, jazz rock fusion, a little more, and I picked up, this is Kazumi Watanabe, The Spice of Life. This is one that I've been looking for quite some time, and finally found a great copy of it. This was put out in 1987 on the Gramavision label. So Kazumi Watanabe is a guitarist, and on here he has Bill Bruford on drums and Jeff Berlin on bass. And so jazz fusion, really wonderful. It's definitely got an 80s, late 80s sound to it. Bill Bruford's using his electronic drums, but they work really well for this. Really enjoyable. Jeff Berlin, such a forgotten and underrated bass player. He slays on this one. He's great. So Kazumi Watanabe, The Spice of Life. There is the Gramavision label. Not an easy record to come by, so I'm really happy to have found this one. Next, moving into some German music, not quite krautrock, but a little later on, electronic ambient from Peter Baumann of Tangerine Dream fame, and this is his Transharmonic Nights recording from 1979. So yeah, great. So this is on Virgin Records. Really good. This was the only Peter Baumann solo record that I have found. I was happy to add it to the collection. There is the Virgin label. So, synthesizer, electronic, Moog, really wonderful stuff. Now, haven't even taken this out of the shrink yet, but I have listened to it, and this is wonderful. This is Stirnen Mädchen and Gilles Zeitschrift 2. So this is krautrock, and it's got some of the players that were in like the Cosmic Jokers. You got Dieter Dierks, Jürgen Dolles, Harold Grosskopf. So I just got this week or so ago. I thought this was terrific. Spacey, a little psychedelic maybe, but spacey, experimental. So you can see the sticker there, previously unreleased. I'm not sure the year this was recorded, but here is the Kosmischen Die Kurier label. This is the same label that like the Comic Jokers were on, the Cosmic Jokers. Can't speak tonight, but this just was released. Not sure when. It says 2023, but I'm not sure if it came out late last year or early this year. But if you like the Cosmic Jokers, you know, those records, Sci-Fi Party, that stuff, this is right in that same vein, and it's great. I might even like it better than those other ones. Okay, in my last video I mentioned that I went to my local record store, Sovereign Records, and I had done something that I never do, and that's go through the dollar bins. And I found a few things there, including Andreas Vollenweider and his White Winds album. So this is like a new age record from 1984. This was actually a blind buy. I had never heard this before. I knew the name Andreas Vollenweider, so I thought I would give it a shot for $1. And it's not something that I have a lot of in my collection, new age. I rather enjoyed it. So Andreas Vollenweider, Swiss musician. I think he's from Switzerland. Does it say on here? Yes, or at least was recorded in Switzerland, I think. But rather enjoyable. It's not something I'll go to a lot, but on occasion, I'll be playing this. And for $1, and it's in terrific shape. I mean, you can tell by the cover. But the music is very good. Also in that dollar bin, I found In the Can by Flash. Sorry. So Flash was Peter Banks, his band after he left Yes. So kind of like prog rock, blues rock. But yeah, another one for $1. So I wasn't going to leave it there. This in really good condition. The record is. The sleeve is a little weathered, but a good addition to the collection. Now also in the bins below, not in the dollar bin, it was in the $3 bin, I think it was. And a crazy find is Dixie Dregs, Dregs of Earth. And so I've never owned any Dixie Dregs, so it's a band I've known about. I've heard this album before. And yeah, to get this for a few dollars, it was very, very happy. So Dixie Dregs, all instrumental. This is kind of like, I think when I posted on Instagram, I kind of used like country prog, maybe even a little bluegrass, but progressive, excellent musicians on here, of course. Steve Morse on guitars and banjo, Andy West on bass, Alan Sloan on violins and viola, Rod Morgenstein on drums, and T. Lavitz on a piano, organ, synthesizer, and clavinet. Great musicians. Terrific album. Fun album. Weird cover on Arista. Or Arista. Great album. And a great addition to my collection. Next, this is an interesting one. This is Two Quid Deal by Skin Alley. Very weird cover. I think that's actually Mortimer Mouse. Before Mickey Mouse was born, it was Mortimer Mouse. So this is British prog from the early 70s. This is from 1973. And I was unfamiliar with this album until a couple years ago. It was Mr. Shelf Stacker showed this one, and I think he bought it on a blind buy, and he was just raving about it and couldn't say enough about it. So I had seeked it out since then, and I streamed it and really enjoyed it, and finally found a copy. And yeah, really, really great. Progressive. It's even got flute on it and saxophone, but really, really good. Very enjoyable. Weird thing, other than the cover about this, is this came out on Stax. So I don't know the story behind that, but it is on the Stax label. So, but I haven't heard their other albums. I don't know how many they made, but this one is great. Very enjoyable. This copy's in really, really good condition, and happy to have it. Alright, next. And this is a new release. Came out earlier this year, recorded last year. And this is Mind Out of Mind by Kimono. And just take in that artwork for a second. Amazing stuff. So Kimono are a band out of Minneapolis. Yeah, this is terrific. Really, really wonderful. Kind of retro prog. So, you know, it's a little spacey. Bands like maybe Yes and Hawkwind come to mind, but really, really great. It's got modern flair, but kind of harkens back to that 70s progressive rock. Like I said, like Yes, Hawkwind. Even gets into like maybe symphonic prog, but really great. I think they are a trio. Let's see here. Like I said, they are out of Minneapolis. This is the insert. Interesting, cool artwork. So yeah, trio. Jeffrey Carlson on vocals, guitars, and keys. Chad Firestad on vocals, bass, and keys, and Timothy Java on drums. This is just on black vinyl. So check them out. This is a good one. And when I first got this, I had this on repeat. I listened to it a bunch. So cool record. Kimono, Mind Out of Mind. Okay, and last here. Recently I found myself getting into Transatlantic, and one of the members in Transatlantic is Neil Morse. So I've been getting into Neil Morse a bit. And Laser CD, Ken Golden's label and website, Laser CD, from the label Laser's Edge. If you're ever looking for prog or fusion or progressive metal or whatever, that's the site to go to. He had this up as it's a 3-album set, and he had it up there as a great deal. So I jumped on it, and it is The Great Adventure by the Neal Morse Band. Triple album. And it's great. Here's the inside gatefold. I haven't fully digested the lyrics or the songs, but musically it is just terrific. It's like, the thing I find about Neal Morse is he's just got these kind of like epic crescendoing melodies and rhythms, and it's just, you find it in Transatlantic, you find it on the Neal Morse Band. Really enjoyable. This is I assume a concept album. I don't know much about the concept, but there's Act 1 and Act 2. And it looks like it tells a story. But the band, so Neal Morse, keyboards, guitars, and vocals. Eric Gillette, guitars and vocals. Bill Harbour, organ, piano, synthesizers, and vocals. Randy George, bass pedals, and vocals. And the terrific Mike Portnoy on drums and vocals. I think maybe one of the things that kicked me in gear to get this also is Mike Portnoy. He's been kind of been a little more visible lately in social media, rejoining Dream Theater. But the music on this is spectacular. A lot of epic, and yeah, just gets you in the feels. So good stuff. Neal Morse Band. I didn't mention, this is from 2018, and then I don't know if this is a reissue or not, I forget. But on the hype sticker, this is numbered, and it's number 12 of 300. So triple gatefold 3 LP set, includes 2 CDs. So I have the CDs. I've been listening to them in my car as well. I didn't share the records. This is the gray marble vinyl. So really good stuff. I know, who was it? Pete Pardo of Sea of Tranquility. I think he's pretty high on this album. I think it was him that I heard talk about it at one point, and that kind of stuck in the back of my head about it. And then seeing that deal on lasercd.com, I couldn't pass it up. So that's it for now. Thank you all for checking out this video and seeing these pickups that I've had. Drop me a comment down there. Love interacting in the comments. Appreciate you all, and hope to be back again soon with another video. So everyone take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.